How should you build the hidden potential for Super Saiyan 3 Daima Goku? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We got another Dokkan Battle video for you here. Today, we are taking a look at the brand new August Dokkan Fest TUR, the Super Saiyan 3 Mini Goku, and in this video we are going to be breaking down his best hidden potential for you here today. So let's go ahead and let's hop on in. This man is leading Dragon Ball Seekers Mastered Evolution or Transformation Boost, Category Key 3, HP Attack Defense 170%, and an additional 50% attack and defense for characters on Daima or Power Beyond Super Saiyan. And actually, correction, that is a 200% increase on the HP. Now, he does have an EX Super that massively raises his attack and defense for one turn, causing ultimate damage, and gives his allies a chance of performing a critical hit once for the rest of the turns. This is a really powerful EX Super effect. However, it can only be activated if his first attack within the turn is a critical hit, and it's only a 60% chance. Otherwise, he is doing the Super Dragon Fist for his 12 key, and that it greatly raises his attack and defense for the turn. Passive skill includes his entrance animation, which you need 3 or more Dragon Ball Seekers or Mastered Evolution allies on the team to activate it, and it will give him a 5-turn buff of attack defense 300%, guard, and an additional super attack. Basic effects include key 3, attack defense 300%, changes AGL key series to rainbow, chance of performing a critical hit, and chance of evading enemies' attack and damage reduction rate 30%. So these are at all times. When you have 6 or more superclass allies on the team, he will have a guaranteed additional attack and survive KO once within the turn. For 3 turns from its entry turn, he gets damage reduction rate before attacking, and when activating his active skill or when attacking with 12 or more key, he gets 333% attack, recovery 3% HP when 1% or less, and a once only recovery 30% when HP is 1% or less. So this can proc both of these can proc after receiving an attack. So for example, within the turn, if you are taking advantage of his survive KO mechanic in slot 1, because he's got that extra damage reduction and extra chance to evade early on, he can, say he takes an attack, he can then recover his HP should you survive the KO and fall below. So it's a really helpful ability if you want to take advantage of that. When receiving an attack with 12 or more key, he gets an additional 333% defense and a 33% chance to evade when your HP is 33% or less. So again, if you take advantage of that secondary effect on the survive KO, he's going to be able to dodge and then recover that HP that you just lost. For every key sphere he obtains, he has a 10% critical hit. So you'll kind of notice within his kit, he's got a lot of things going on for him. He's doing a whole lot. It's kind of insane. However, I do think there is one hidden potential build that benefits him the most. Now, he is a Fizz type, which means he will naturally lean into combo attack, being able to get a max of 20 nodes for a 40% extra chance to do an additional super attack. And that's pretty much what we're going to lean into for him. We're going to lean into, it's more of a balanced build, really, right? Because of his role as a support utility type character, we're going to lean into the additional and dodge rolls for him, right? As a Fizz type, the max he's going to be able to proc is 15, netting you an extra 15% chance, and that's really what's going to help him. You want to lean into the additionals for his sub, which as a Fizz type, you'll be able to get an 11, so that's a 22% additional chance, and that's really going to place him, I think, in his best spot for a performance supporter, because you consider, right, he does have these equips from this that you'll get from Seriously Serious Battles, granting him, an extra level 3 combo and an extra level 6 combo. So that's 9 additional. So that puts him at 20 additionals with 15 dodge. So that's going to be pretty good if these are the equips, if you're utilizing his special equips. Combine all of that with the fact that his active skill actually allows him to be quite powerful while giving some amazing support, right? Active skill, as long as there's a demonic power ally, attacking in the same turn, starting from the 5th turn. You have 1,333% extra attack, recover 30% HP, and you boost Mastered Evolution and Dragon Ball Seekers for 30% for 3 turns. So this is a hugely helpful support type ability for 3 turns. And since, you might be running 2 of him around, it may be beneficial to have, just sort of that extra dodge in case, you don't proc that extra 33% should you fail the survive KO mechanic. That's kind of why I kind of want to lean into this, because his defense is not all the craziest. It's really good on the active skill turn, so you don't really have to worry too much about that, which is also why we're not really leaning into the additional supers, because even with 5.4 with guard and all the other stuff he's got before his active turn, that's still going to be pretty good. But the dodge really helps when that intro dries up, right? Because you may be running him in a slightly longer event to boost Daima Forku, and this is what you're probably going to be seeing a lot of, that 2.5 million or that 3.3 million if you're waiting for the active. So given that, you may want a little extra dodge on him. So I do recommend, since his role is primarily support, leaning into the dodge with the sub additional. The equips will carry the rest of your additional. If you want, you can put your equips on full dodge and get him 25%, but that's completely up to you. I do think having a little bit extra additional is beneficial to him, which is why I feel this balanced build will work the best for him. But of course, everybody's different. If you really, really, really don't value the extra offense coming from those additional super attacks, then by all means, all right, drop the additionals and go into something else. You could also go, I've seen a couple people mention that you drop the additional since he's got plenty built in, and lean more into the crit so you can more consistently proc the EX super, which is nice. But don't forget, you don't really need that because of this line here. You only really with the crit that he has built in, right? He's got 33%. You would need 7 orbs to get a full extra crit, to get 100% crit, which is not that difficult to do in most cases. And even then, with 33% plus 10, even if you got that's 43% if you get 1 orb, 53 if you get 2, 63 if you get 3. You see where I'm going with this, right? Like you're still going to have a pretty decent enough crit chance. I think that it should, the extra additional crit from the hidden potential, I don't think is going to matter all that much. It's really going to come down to, can he survive KO? Can he dodge? Recover that HP. The additionals provide a little extra defense and a little bit extra offense on that active skill turn, but outside of that, his primary role is support. So guys, that is it for our video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, tell us, how would you build your Fizz TUR Super Saiyan 3 Goku? Like I said, the primary way I am suggesting to build him is with that dodge capability and these sub additionals. This takes advantage, this balanced build takes advantage of both of his primary skills while netting you some decent defense should that survive KO mechanic fail. Or you fail to dodge, you'll at least be able to hang in there. So that's it for our video, guys. If nothing else, thanks for watching, and aloha.